for any active pharmaceutical company. Now, if regulatory affairs professionals is for the drug product means tablet, capsules or injections, then regulatory affairs profession has to compile their ANDA and marketing authorizations. They compile the full applications for submission of Ministry of Health. Like as API, they also file annual reports and the biannual reports for that finished product. Regulatory reporting for adverse event. This is also recently new developed branch in pharmaceutical field that is called as a pharmaceutical vigilance. And pharmacovigilance is involved once product is going to be approved in any country and they start the consumption in the patients. So what kind of side effect, what kind of clinical trials, such kind of things is required to be compiled. That is called as a pharmacovigilance. Maintain the complete history of the drug product, starting from the development to approval or to once product has been approved. This complete chronology is required. Taking a part of design of the drug product and taking a part of the formulations. Once formulation has approved, and if formulator has to change their route of synthesis, they change some excipient, then regulatory affairs skill is required. Now future growth, as I explained in past, in few minutes back, regulatory affairs profession involved in all stages of the product life cycles. So they have a numerous opportunity to contribute that involves innovative ideas, product improvement, service models of pharmaceutical field. A regulatory affairs job come many colors. Mainly instance, you could choose the focus on the area of quality assurance, regulatory compliance and the clinical affairs. Regulatory affairs professional work with various health authorities, including their different kind of manufacturing companies with the equipment and pharmaceutical products and biologicals and diagnostics. Regulatory affairs professional opportunity to learn about the drug development and registrations. They are responsible for medicines and all over the country and all over the world. High earning potentials. If you see nowadays in pharmaceutical field, all different area formulations, quality assurance, quality control and productions, salary package is little bit high on regulatory affairs because they are driving force of each and every companies, and companies spend lots of money in regulatory affairs to develop, train the regulatory affairs professionals and their experts, because ultimately once regulatory affairs professionals is drive the new product development. Each and every term now, what kind of desire quality, as I explained, team player. Without team you cannot success. So individual rather than the individual, you should have a quality team players. Proactive, you should interpretation of the guideline and proactive actions immediately. Communicative, always willing to learn, because as I explained, daily new regulation has coming, and what kind of interpretation of the Ministry of Health and what kind of actual regulation has following by the companies. This is the big gap, and how to fill this gap, that always help with the regulatory experts. Diligent, creative. Regulatory affairs professionals, it should be a creative thinking, because out of box thinking, if you see nowadays, if you see, out of box thinking is really required for the regulatory affairs. Ability to work with respect to discipline, flexibility, good IT skill, because there should be ultimately innovator package and everything is available in PDF format. And nowadays, why good IT skill is required? Because electronic common technical document, Ministry of Health required. Each and every document should be a PDF, should have a so good property of that document. So ultimately, reviewer can go through the complete document very tactfully. Now decisive and the authentications. What kind of qualification and substance and management required for regulatory experts? Anticipating the questions, as I explained, because nowadays gap analysis. If any new guideline has been coming recently, I have given another example, elemental impurities. Earlier it was the heavy metals. Now after January 2018, heavy metal chapter has been removed from the USP as well as the ICH. So what kind of elemental impurity which we are doing before January 2018, and what additionals required as per the current regulations, that regulatory affairs professional is required. Communicating between the within the organizations and the outside organizations. Control resources means application database is also required to control, and getting things done in right time and right and appropriate manners. As I just not conclusion, but what I explained, regulatory affairs is a driving force, rewarding and challenging and intellectual, stimulating and highly regarded professions in pharmaceutical field. In summary, I explained regulatory affairs is a driving force, and the regulatory affairs professional is associated with the all different discipline of the pharmaceutical field, including QA, patent, quality assurance, quality control, clinical trials. These all area regulatory affairs expertise and skill is required. So from my side, best wishes for all new future colleague, industry colleague, BPharm and MPharm. Thank you very much.